to give you the business. You only getting rich with a vision and ambition. Put it down right, the people, they know the difference. They still running the sprint, we long distance. Backwards lit, got my backwards fitted. Lackluster whack, motherfucker, don't get it. So I flip like the chicks that hit the flow and pivot. Got the crowd going ballistic, we gon' stick it. We gon' hit it, let's get it, we gon' stick it. We gon' hit it, let's get it, we gon' stick it. We gon' hit it, let's get it, we gon' stick it. We gon' hit it, let's get it, we gon' stick it. From the city of angels and heartbreakers to the 5 boroughs of bath artists and stargazers. All flavors range from sneakers to short gators. I got the flow to make them retarded and Darth Vader. Shh, don't make a sound. If you keep it on the low, I'm finna break it down. Shh, everybody be quiet.
No. Sorry, bro. This casa is not su casa. No way.
Get out.
There's like 6 other empty pools
that aren't as deep.
You're not that good.
Off this roof, onto the slide, and into the pool. Stays.
I found the cure to growing older. And you're the only
Still a
place that
cracker!
feels
Go
like
GCSC! Ow! Yo, let me use your phone. Well, it's gonna be done by the time anyone gets here. I'm not gonna call anyone.
I'm
gonna take some shots of the blood.
Isn't the first time I've made out with law enforcement. We've kind of had this ongoing flirtation. We've been on some dates, you know, broken up, got back together. But honestly, until now, I haven't been ready for anything steady.
You're pushing it, Haley.
But, you know, people change. And I felt like maybe I was ready for a more serious courtship. Meet the court.
It looks to be about $14,000 in property damage.
Haley, I assure you that juvenile incarceration is not as much fun as it sounds. So we're going to give you one more chance. Your father is willing to subsidize 2 options.
I'll take it, Your Honor.
For my dead body. You dumped us, remember?
The Texas Military Academy, or a facility called VGA.
Are you crazy? This is not okay. VGA? Let me have custody, Your Honor.
Alice.
All right, now stop this, both of you. Haley, I leave it to you to decide. Where would you like to go?
Texas Military Academy, Your Honor.
VGA it is.
What? Meet my worst nightmare.
Bryce, VGA, are you crazy? Don't do this to her.
So it's about a 3-hour drive. Take as much time as you need.
Hangman is coming down from the gallows, and I don't have very long.
Where's my shit?
There.
So you're just dumping me? Huh? Just giving up and not even talking to me?
You're the one that gave up, Haley. Guess you learned that from your mom.
Don't send me to VGA.
And what do you think I should do, huh? I don't know what to do with you. You used to be such a good kid.
That's so interesting. You used to be a good dad. Guess we're even.
Cracker! Cracker, wait up!
Dude, I can't believe you didn't name names.
I would never do that to you guys.
So what happened?
Yeah, where are you going?
Juvie. Outside Houston.
Can we visit?
No, and you bust me out.
You know how I feel about the bus. Consider it done.
Well done. Charge to a crisp.
Okay, we have to go, guys.
Wait. Take my phone. Use it if they don't take it.
Yeah, but what are you gonna use?
Oh, no worries. I'll steal my brother's.
I got some really good shots of that jump on there. That shit was legendary.
Off the hook.
Later, Cracker!
Yeah! Did you catch that?
What? That I'm totally her favorite?
Dude, why are you always gonna bite my moment? It tastes good?
Delicious.
Anybody home? Anybody care? VGA, otherwise known as the Vickerman Gymnastics Academy. There's only one thing worse than having no control over your life. It's being forced to live it with people who hate you. And I was suddenly the filling in the middle of an I hate you sandwich. Meet the bread.
Ladies, read my mind. Read my mind, ladies.
Burt Vickerman used to whip up the best gymnast west of the Mississippi. That is, until his gym started producing more injuries than champions. We'd never met, and I'd been hoping to keep it that way.
My mind's saying relax. Maybe you can read my mind, and it's completely lost. Have I lost my mind? Is that why you're staring off into space? Ah. Join us.
What is she doing here?
Joanne Cheris, 4-time national team member, 5-time national Haley hater. Why all the hate? Well, when you walk out on Worlds and lose Team USA some team gold, it's not personal, it's national. And in the world of gymnastics, hating me was practically a sport, in and of itself.
Everyone, Haley Graham has very graciously come out of retirement to join us. Being out of shape isn't funny. No making fun of her. Get dressed, Haley.
Yeah, accidentally burned on my leotards last year. Hope this is okay.
You warmed up?
To you? No.
Stretch and join vault rotation. Let's see where you're at.
We're warming up your chinkos.
Super. I'm going for Badahara.
You mean a Sukahara?
No, I mean a Badahara.
Landing was a little off.
Oh, no. Take a seat. Just need to pick up your run a little bit. Ivan can help you with that. Ivan.
Don't you dare fart. Oh, put me down, Shrek. Ow.
This isn't the real world. This is my world. You don't have to like me or like it here, but you do have to respect it.
Respect? Is this how you respect people? I mean, you throw them over a shoulder and violate their personal space?
Oh, goody. I heard you were like this. I'm so glad it's true.
I'm sorry, what is it that you've done exactly
We
to earn my
have
respect?
rules. We have rules for training. And the reason that we have rules and coaches is because this is gymnastics. Hey.
That was rude.
While danger and risk is the reality of what we do, Haley, it's calculated. Can't be calculated if you don't respect the laws. The laws of gravity, for instance.
Okay, what's your point?
Look, I want you to be back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. ready to train, or we can call the judge, and you can go to jail. Hey, you decide.
Don't expect me to train.
And lose the hat tomorrow.
Or lose the gum.
Good morning, ladies. How's your neck feeling better? Good. Now remember, stretch, yeah? Morning, Haley. Hey. Be with you in a minute. What you know about your daughter. Your daughter is the best one, I've got to say. I've never seen anything quite like her. We'd like to fast track her towards becoming an elite.
That's 20 hours a week.
She's a star.
She's 6. I've got 2 other kids. That is a big commitment.
We'd have her nationally ranked by the time she's 10. Olympic track by age 13. That's the goal.
You mean the goal?
Did I say gold? Well, you see. I guess Madison and gold are becoming synonymous now.
Bye, Bert. I'll have the check on Tuesday.
Wonderful.
Yeah. You got a lot of people going to the Olympics. Just wondering, what country are they gonna represent? State of Delusion?
When can we scrap the old long sleeve leotards? We need new ones for championships. Every college will be scouting me. Not that you have to worry about any of that.
New leotard might distract, the judges and scouts from your lack of talent. It's a solid strategy.
Gee, pariah, Carrie. I wonder why no one's scouting you. Oh, I forgot. You don't matter.
That she can even say the word college is an indictment against the whole institution.
Hey, filibuster, no one cares. Wei, those moves are throwing off your routine.
Sorry.
Chalk, storage closet, now.
Pretty feet, pretty feet. Point them hard and win the meet. Very good. Yes.
Wow. Deja jealous, Haley? Bring back memories? We trained together at DeFrank's for how long?
That would be, too long.
And he'd give you so much attention because you sucked.
Right. Yeah, I sucked my way to Worlds. Glad to see you haven't lost your love of accuracy, Joanne.
Well, at least I didn't make it all the way to Worlds. And, choke.
Here, let me show you how you...
Are pointy words. Pointy words are mouse turds.
I'm okay. She's crazy.
I'm so jealous of Joanne that I've actually already memorized her preschool beam routine.
Hey, easy. I choreographed that routine.
You're a secret slave with me. We got some finger-flicking good choreography. And the classic butt shelf. Joanne, how embarrassing. Here we have some useless bits of fluff to get us from point A to point B. And induces the urge to vacuum. Mina, right?
Yeah, Mina.
Mina, put down the phone. Can you tell Joanne that I'm gonna take over and do a real dismount?
Joanne Haley's on the phone. She's gonna do a real dismount.
I heard her, thank you. How about a double back?
You will not throw a double back without training it first, Haley.
Close your eyes.
Over my dead body.
A little CPR might do you good.
Haley! Shall we share our philosophy with Haley, ladies? Speak my mind. What are we about?
Clean, safe routine. Guaranteed to stick.
Is he keeping your brains in jars? Or should I be concerned about the water?
Shall we show Haley what discipline is all about? Please join us, Haley.
No thanks. I'm kind of tired.
Oh, all right, fine. Ladies, outside, now! Point your toes, ladies! You're gonna keep going, ladies, until Haley participates!
This is like globally unfair. We're gonna be here all night.
Lift your knees, Joanne.
This is totally violating the penal code.
Hey! Hey! You guys! What, do you want me to pick the lock or what? Can you come let me in? Oh, great. Thank you.
Get lost.
Haley, let's go for a drive.
What?
Just into Chris. Thank you, Lorelai. That was delicious.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just finish this off
No,
here.
no.
That's okay.
Thank
Are you serious? You know, I heard you were strict about diet, but this is just rude.
You piss where I eat, you don't eat.
Oh, but you do? Does this mean you're eating my piss? That's disgusting.
What a charming young lady you are.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Listen, I don't suppose college gymnastics is on your to-do list, right?
Correct. College gymnastics is one big fat to-do.
Great. Then in addition to sparing innocent collegiate gymnastic coaches everywhere, keeping purse money that you might win for Aunt Claire.
I'm not competing or training again. Ever.
Oh, you're gonna piss off the judge and kiss 18 goodbye?
Yes.
Hey.
What the?
The IG Classic is coming up in a month. Now, you apply yourself, you could win some restitution money. It'd get you out of here. What do you think?
I think if you showed up at the Classic with me, an angry mob would probably cut your brakes.
I got insurance.
Oh, really? Well, no, thank you. This sport is a total joke. You know this. Sort of just your life's work and all. No offense.
Hey, none taken. You know, there's nothing fair about a girl landing a double pike and losing a 10th because her toes weren't pointed. Nothing fair about judges who don't have instant replay and they're looking for perfection. Can you imagine football without instant replay?
Oh, what about the
Total
rules?
mayhem. What, the code of point?
Yeah, I mean, it makes
Hey.
conventionality good and innovation bad. What's the point?
How about the fact that you were one of the greatest natural talents the sport's ever seen? Hmm? Come on, you could have been great.
You're not actually pushing the "you could have been great" speech. You are a total cliche. You realize that, right?
Oh, Okay, come on, original recipe. Let's hear it. You give me the speech.
Fine. Talent out of the ass. Natural ability that half the world's gymnasts would kill for. And you're flushing it away. Don't flush your life away, kid. Step away from the bowl. Whatever.
Well, you got the words right anyway.
I wasn't great. I was obedient. I'm sick and tired of being judged. I don't need it.
Fascinating.
What?
For someone who hates being judged, you're one of the most judgmental people I've ever met. Come on. Well, it's only about 5 miles to the gym, just down here, hanging right at the gas station.
I know how to get back.
Oh, good. Hey, Miss Rebel without applause. Tell you what, if you choose to compete in the IG Classic, you can come back. How's that? Hike will give you a chance to think things over.
Yeah, well, what if I choose not to come back?
Aileen, tell you the truth, nobody cares. Nobody cares what you do.
Wait. I have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, I know. How was your run last night?
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah?
Listen, are you being serious with me? Because I've had enough of lunatic adults for a while.
I'll do what
For
I
real.
said I would do. I'll train you for the Classic, help you win the purse.
Great. So then here's the deal. I'm not struggling in front of those robots.
All right, fine. I'll let you train over at the old gym till you're ready to face the music. How's
I
that?
mean, you're going to trust me to be in there alone, and if anything happens, I don't want to hear...
I got insurance. Come on, get going. You're in training, kid. Get going.
No, we just discussed. I suck. Gymnastics tells you no, all day long. It mocks you over and over again, telling you you're an idiot, that you're crazy. If you like running full speed towards a stationary object, vault's for you. If you like peeling pieces of skin the size of quarters off your hands, bars is for you. Because the only thing more fun than rips is when your rips get rips. It's super sexy. In floor? Are you serious? I mean, who doesn't want to parade around in a leotard getting wedges and doing dorky choreography? It's delicious.
My eyes feel like they're gonna bleed. Right up and bulging out my skull. My mouth is dry. My face is numb. Something's spun out in my
If you like falling, then gymnastics is the sport for you. You get to fall on your face, your ass, your back, your knees, and your pride.
thing I didn't like falling. I loved it!
Hey, you can finally walk again? Or should we keep the ice maker on overdrive?
Question. To say those who can't do. Coach. I was wondering, what's your excuse?
No excuse. Missed a release move on high bar, fractured my spine. No biggie. I finally got the okay to train. Got back up on the tramp and, you know, things were different. Through a layout, through a full, and, you know what? I'm not telling you this story. It's not even a story, it's a non-event.
Oh, you were scared. Ow! Ow!
No. I was done.
I know exactly what that feels like.
You chose to be done. I didn't choose it, my body did.
Well, you know, I really think you should get back on the tramp again. I mean, just to make sure you still suck, you know?
Yeah, no thanks. You should get off that thing and start working skills on floor. You gonna be ready soon?
Yep,
No? You gonna hurt yourself?
probably.
Just as long as you don't get blood on the equipment.
Too late.
You tackle the guard, I'll grab Haley.
Oh, I don't have to tackle the guard, you're bigger.
I'll tackle the warden, you find Haley.
Oh, now it's a warden.
May I help you?
May we?
Haley! Ouch. Oh. These yours?
Damn.
What are you guys doing here?
Juvie, huh? You call this Juvie?
Okay, trust me, Poot, this is hard time, okay? He's crazy. You have
Yeah.
no
We
idea.
had
maneuvers, dude. Check this out.
Dude.
Okay, boys. Time to go.
Oh, we're cool, man. Thanks.
Come on, I mean, even prisons have visiting hours.
Yeah, and they're scaring the minivans out of the moms next door.
Please, those mommies were totally hitting on us, man.
Whoa, 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 hitting on us? Mommy's in me, dude. Mommy's in me.
It's the devil's candy, boys. Trust me. Say goodbye.
Whatever, what have you guys been doing?
All right,
You're probably riding a
No,
ton.
we
Hey,
got
where
this
have you been
cool new
going?
location with us.
Out!
What's up your butt?
What'd you say about my butt?
Whatever it is, it's sideways.
Come on! Out! Out! Come on!
No, but seriously, you gotta come with us. We found this new,
I got a new peg.
Whoa,
Whoa, Gramps.
Every party needs a food. That's what we invited you to.
Let's go.
Suck.
The only reason I'm doing these tricks is because somebody somewhere said, I don't care if this is nuts, and I don't care if it hurts. I'm doing it. I'm gonna climb this insanely high mountain. Watch me. When you're the first to climb a new mountain in gymnastics, they name it after you. A Ginger, a Rafolva, a Chusavitna, a Shaposhnikova. They all rocked. And we salute you.
Can you imagine making it all the way to Worlds and walking out? It's totally insane.
I heard she was tanking her door fights and warm-ups. I think she just choked.
I can hear you, and I'll kill you.
You're popping the clutch, losing traction.
I'm not popping shit.
Oh, really? You sure?
I'm so sure I'm practically deodorant.
You are such a con artist.
What?
Haley.
I'm not the one selling tickets to the Olympic podium, Bert.
Why not throw something you can actually land? Huh? Or even better, why not live to tell about it?
I'm competing this past at the Classic.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're
yes,
not.
I am. You know what? If you think I'm getting back on the competition floor with some stupid, watered-down, cookie-cutter routine, you're seriously senile.
Have you ever seen anyone blow a knee?
No.
Do you want to keep it that way, or should we have an ambulance on call for you?
Call him up.
Do a handstand. Now. You're pushing it. Let your clutch out slower, get some traction. That way you won't be fishtailing all over the place. You won't crash. Stop flooring it.
Way to build trust.
Couldn't resist. Popping your clutch. Haley, I'm not going to tell you to play it safe because I'd be wasting my time. You want to throw hard tricks, throw hard tricks. When you want to control them, see me. Hmm?
World Championships 2 years ago. Team USA was just one rotation away from winning the gold medal. Haley Graham was set to go for the Americans last up on the floor. Instead, she stunned her teammates, spectators, and coaches alike by walking out of the arena and into an automatic disqualification.
Why'd she walk out?
Few can forget the image of teammate Tricia Skilkin crying as her dreams of gold melted away. Later this year at 23, Tricia will try to make that world championship one more time and win that elusive world championship hard way.
You got it burning, burning. I keep it yearning, yearning. You got me so far gone, there's no returning, turning. So ladies, move them hips from left to the right, round and round till that thing feel right. Let it bounce, let it pop to the sound of the beat, 'cause the heat got it dripping from my head to our feet. I want you, baby. I ain't tripping that fire drive me crazy, baby.
How much are these?
Double track, ladies. Come on, warm up. Ah, and to what do we owe this pleasure?
Don't make me say it.
Say what?
I want to control my tricks.
What was that? Did you say something?
I want to control my tricks.
I'm sorry, I'm having a very difficult time.
Yeah, right.
hearing you.
I'm not... I know you can hear me. You can hear me.
Speak up,
Yeah,
please.
okay, great.
Speak up.
I want to control my tricks.
Oh, you want to learn control. You know everything. What could I possibly show you?
Vic, can we retire the old long sleeve competition, Leah? I have a constitutional right to bear arms. Woohoo! Bailey's back.
Joanne, go do your independent study.
Well, doesn't she have to homeschool?
Nina? Tell the Foxy Moron I got my GED when I was 15.
Joanne, Haley got her GED when she was 15. What's with all the closed captioning? Okay? I'm not mute. And GED? What does drunk driving have to do with school?
I know it's tough. Chest up if you can manage it. Tight knees. Feet above the beam. Tight, tight. Tight knees. Tight. 7. Come on, just 3 more skin the cats, ladies. Flat hips on those levers. Oh, come on, the skin the cats belong in the litter box, ladies. Come on, concentrate. Get used to this kind of pain. You know you've got to endure this.
Elite gymnastics is like the Navy SEALs, only harder.
We're only a half hour into this.
And there are like 2,000 Navy SEALs. There are only like 200 elite gymnasts. I guess that's because most kids would rather have a life than spend 6 hours a day training tricks that could kill you. Look, don't be fooled by the leotards, people. The things gymnasts do make Navy SEALs look like wusses. And we do them without a gun.
Relax your face. Relax your face. Relax your face. Here. Relax that. Your muscles. Based on progress and consistency in workouts, I've selected the 4 athletes who will compete in the IG Classic. They are Lacey, Devin, Brooke, and Joanne.
What? What about me?
What about you?
What about our deal?
I made the selection based on who's ready. If you were ready, you'd be on the list.
Oh, and you just get to decide?
Yes.
They just get their spots handed to them? What about the rest of us?
I don't like what you're stimulating, Haley. I have totally earned my spot.
Girls.
I'm practically Dalmatian.
Dalmatians are born with spots, they don't earn them, which is exactly my point.
Dogs are people too, Haley.
Very nice, Joanne. Touché.
Thank you.
Right. You know what? Take whoever, Vic. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you do, Vic.
Nobody cares what you do.
They're all lazy. Put some fire under their gluteus and make competition.
All right. You know, Haley makes a good point. Why not an in-house competition?
Because we no lo nido.
Let's get back to work, ladies. No killing Haley in her sleep.
Nervous if I were you too. The judge on the end is a tumbling tyrant. If you even think about under-rotating, she'll deduct. Yeah, I know. The one next to her, obsessive compulsive about handstands. I'm talking hit your vertical or die, ladies. And please, please for me, watch out for the vault deck on the end. If you don't stick it, you pretty much don't exist, am I right, Haley?
Are you still pimping that speech?
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's psyching you out. Look, ignore her. When I get nervous, I have this ritual. Okay? I just look at the judges, and I picture them in their ugly blue blazers trying to do what I can do.
Papa loves mambo. Mama loves mambo. Look at him sway with it, getting so gay with it, shouting ole with it. Wow. Papa loves mambo.
Papa loves mambo.
Mama loves mambo.
Mama loves mambo.
Papa does great with it, swings like a gate with it. He loses weight with it. Now he goes left, she goes right.
Papa's looking for mama, but mama is nowhere.
Whatever you do, don't picture them naked. It's really gross.
Too late.
You must obey the dance commander. Giving out the order for fun. You must obey the dance commander. You know that he's the only one who gives the orders here. All right. Who gives the orders here? All right. It would be awesome if we could dance. It would be awesome, yeah. Let's take the chance. It would be awesome, yeah. Let's start the show. Because you never know, you never know, you never know until you go. The lads are strong, the orders are in. The dance commanders are ready to send. Radio message from HQ. Dance commander, we love you. Let's get this party started right, y'all. Let's get this party started right. I went to the store to get more fire to start the war. Girls are pretty, girls are nice. Take your
winner today is Wei Wei. Mina was second, followed by Haley, and then Lacey. Joanne will be our alternate.
What? I am nationally ranked. I'm not an alternate.
Joanne, you're already qualified for championships. The Classic can be a qualifier for those who aren't currently ranked. Come on, fair is fair.
This meet was a joke.
Deja jealous, Joanne?
Do you have anything to say to me?
Yeah. Who taught you to control your landing?
Some guy.
Morning, ladies. Don't force it, Lacey. Easy. Joanne, I need you to lend Haley your Team Leo for the Classic.
Ew. Unsanitary.
Yeah.
Oh.
Joanne, pack your bags. Lacey, I need you to lend Haley your Leo for the Classic.
Are you ready to play the game?
Later. Wait, you have a license to practice gymnastics?
It was revoked. Get in. I'll see you in there.
What do they have that we don't have?
Lives?
Time? Boobs.
The game. Playing to survive. Aiming to win any way they can.
Just ignore them. They're gonna shut up and drive.
Yeah, pass the ball, final casting call. First of all, verbal basketball. Off the glass, smash your jaw, too fast for y'all. You might take a nasty fall trying to stick with the prehistoric passenger. All rep, no physical contact. Bounce back, demonstrate invisible bomb raps. Not no hustler, no player, or speaking no crime crap. I'm vocally trying to score.
Well, at least no one here hates you. Yet. Hey, you're new. You can make a splash. Let it rip. Let what rip? Make the judges look. But I'm not talking about putting a cute little smile on your face as if they're doing you a favor. Make them look. If you're gonna eat Matt, you eat Matt hard. Don't play it safe. You're gonna throw your best tricks as hard as you can.
Hey, Haley! Stop! Hey!
Hey! That was for Worlds. What? Are you kidding me?
You okay? Take a minute, go clean up. Buy yourself a new Leo at the concession stand outside. Here, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hmm?
Yeah, I can handle it. Ugly.
Hey.
Can you believe this? Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. Are you totally covered in soda?
Oh, yeah,
or
great.
what?
Thank you.
So pissed at that kid. We were totally gonna throw drinks on you. I feel so upstaged.
I mean, what? They think they can just hate on you like that?
I know, dude. Who do they think they are?
They're fakers. That's who. Can't stand fake Haley.
It's a
haters.
bloody outrage, I tell you.
We hate Haley more people, so get in line!
Would you shut up?
Can I be upset?
Can I go compete now?
Can I eat?
I'm so hungry. Let's get some nachos.
You know boys?
Yes. They're called friends. You should try it sometime.
Hey, wait. Control it now. Let's focus.
Come on, Wayway, let's go!
Come on, let it rip.
You know what you're doing.
Let's go, Wayway.
Come on!
Yeah, but it looked like you were going for 1.5, huh? What happened?
I don't know.
It's okay now. Take it off. Get in on the board now.
How do we not know about this sport?
What the hell was that? Since when are you throwing double fronts? Hmm? What was that?
Nothing. Nice double front. That was amazing. Who cares if you took a few steps?
The judges?
Whatever. You rock.
What are you doing? Hmm?
Don't worry. I'm doing what I practice. I'm not going to make you look bad.
Hey, this isn't about me looking bad. You're not here to coach the other girls. You're here to place top 3, win some money, and get out. You do your job. Let me do mine.
Fine, then I'm flooring it. Should really try it sometime.
Don't do it.
Come on, Haley. Let it rip. Let's go, Haley! You got it.
Wait. Stop being so nasty, Joanne.
It's not called gymnastics. Don't you see what she's doing? She wants you to do your hardest tricks because she knows you'll mess up. She's been practicing that stuff in the old gym for weeks now. She's trying to get you guys to mess up so she can win the prize money. Duh. Can you believe Chris DeFrank is here with Gloria? Pipsqueak. We trained together at DeFrank's for what, 5 years?
Ugh, I can't stand him.
She should get at least 2 tenths deducted for that hair. Or not.
Haley, over here. Hi, honey. I missed you, sweetheart. I missed you so much. Hey, you're doing a great job. I need to talk to you about coming back and training with Chris. Doesn't look good having you training with somebody else.
No.
Hey, you owe Chris some respect.
I don't respect people who don't respect me.
And I suppose you think Bert Vickerman respects you.
Yeah, actually, I do.
The only thing Bert Vickerman respects is money. He cares about cash and cashing in. And if your daddy hadn't paid him off, he'd be sitting at Texas Military Academy right now.
What do you mean paid him off? Everybody there pays.
Your daddy called every elite gym in the country. Nobody wanted you. Honey, your dad's paying 4 times what every other girl there is paying. You thought he was on your side? Haley, he only has one side. his.
I gotta go warm up Beam.
Haley. You need some lipstick.
Oh, Mom, let me. Don't.
Keep it up, hon. You're doing great. Stand up straight. Eyes and teeth, sugar.
Arms, spot. That's it. Nice.
What?
You want to win the purse. We get it.
Yeah. I hope we ain't Matt hard enough for you.
Flat hips. Today's not just about you, you know. Expected more out of you. Okay, tight knees now.
It's all right, Haley, let's go. Come on.
Shake it off, Haley. Come on. Got another event. Let's finish big. Warm up, Nina.
Excuse me.
Haley, don't do this again. Let's go back in there and finish this meet. Come on. Don't bail again. Finish the meet. Finish it for yourself.
For me? Yeah, you know, you said something about the fact that this was about me. You know, helping me, my freedom. You forgot to tell me about the part you were cashing in on it.
Haley, I meant everything I said. I never lied to you.
Everything you said was an insurance policy to get those fat checks from my father.
Haley, you're not leaving like this. You're gonna go back in there, finish this meet. Don't make this another Worlds. Don't do it. Don't bail.
You don't know the first thing about Worlds.
All right, fine. I give up. You know, we gave it a shot. I'm gonna talk to your father. Maybe you should go back to Chris DeFranks.
Chris DeFranks? You want me to go back to DeFranks?
Well, you don't listen to me. You know, clearly you listened to him long enough.
Yeah, long enough to hook up with my mom. Long enough for him to rip my family apart.
Oh, hey. When did you find this out?
Fourth floor. The Worlds?
Oh, Haley, I had no idea. Sorry.
You know what? You didn't owe it to me to be a decent coach. You owed it to me to be a decent human being.
tanked like a rock star. That was insane.
Yeah, right.
Haley, can I ask you something? And I'm being completely serious. Why do girls wear so much glitter and clippage in their hair? I mean, that is some uptight friggin' hair, right?
And how do those leotards not ride up their butts?
Yeah, good.
Tough skin.
They have ass calluses?
No. It's just this sticky stuff you spray in your butt so the leotard doesn't ride up.
Whoa, can I get that job? I want to be tough skinned.
Hey, what would happen if you put some of that tough skin stuff on tough skin?
Your head would stick to your butt.
Why would my head stick to my butt?
Because your head's already up there. Ah!
Don't worry, Frank. My head's up my butt, too. Far.
Oh, have a seat, Haley. I'd like you to read something for me, please, out loud. Second paragraph.
The gymnastics world, like the real world, can be a very unforgiving place. As I know all too well, there might be too much chalk on the blackboard for her to get a clean slate competing with me or anyone else. And Haley has earned the right to a clean slate. She's quite capable of deciding what's best for her, and I encourage the court to include her perspective in its decision. Sincerely, Bert Vickerman.
That's all, Haley. You're free to go.
What about the restitution?
Oh, that's been taken care of. Be good. Sounds like you're built for it.
Thank you.
You know, Haley, there are a lot of great people who had jerks for parents. We gotta stick together.
Let's do it.
Your height?
Where are they?
Well, you would know, huh?
Whatever.
Hey guys, how about y'all feeling something bad's gonna happen?
What?
What do you mean, dude? Keep it over there.
Stay tight in the air. Ooh, nice, nice, nice.
You got through an entire letter without using the word gold.
It was tough.
And the restitution, I mean, was that?
Dev, give us a sec, would you? Look, don't read anything into it.
You didn't have to do that.
I paid with your father's money.
You know what, I completely misjudged you. I've decided I'm going to take you to championships. You know, show you how to really do it.
Come on, you're on shot. Who even said you could stay? I didn't say you could stay.
Hey.
We're
so sorry.
Oh,
Savannah kind of misrepresented.
Yeah. Don't worry, I understand. Listen, I'll stay on one condition.
Oh, this I gotta hear. Does it involve you in self-imposed silence?
Get back on the tramp. You girls want to see Vic do a layout?
He's so, old, though.
Hey.
He might break a hip.
No. He'll be fine. Come on. I'll go to championships. You get on the tramp right now, and you do a layout. It's your call?
Don't do it, Vic. This is a really bad idea. Come on, Vic. Vic! If you get on this tramp, you will have a cardiovasectomy. I will have a cardiovasectomy. Guys, peer pressure. Think about your weenus.
Call 911. Oh.
Bye, Vic.
We can't hear you.
What's up?
Hiya.
Hey, ladies. How you doing? I'm Poot. This is my hetero life mate, Frank. And we're here to be your host for this evening because we're going out. Ow!
No, we aren't. We have workouts to finish.
Who died and made you Nadia?
Come on, Joanne. You know we want to go.
We can't just leave. Championships are 3 weeks away. Our routines need to be perfect.
Put some clothes on and get in the truck. We're going out.
Yeah.
Come on. Can you speak? Can you do anything besides gymnastics?
Okay. Anything to get out of this tard. That's leotard without the Leo, in case you're wondering.
Dude, she's hot. Yeah, what, you don't think she's hot? I think she's hot.
Dude, she has an apple butt.
A what?
An apple butt.
Okay, no, my turn.
So is Frank your, like, boyfriend or something?
Like, no.
Is Poot?
No.
Why not?
Ew.
So they're, like, fair game.
Hey, stupid. I prefer the term meat, please.
That was spastic.
Thank you. May I accompany you to the jelly beans?
You may.
If you mind.
Push up to you, ready to do you. Then play it off like I thought I knew you. What's up, boy? What's your name? What's your sign? What's the time now? I'm gonna go and get this freak. Peekaboo, yo, can I take a peek? Saw you walking down the street. You look so fine, I just had to meet you for a drink at the cafe. Liver so stretched, I call it taffy. Come for a ride, boy, I won't bite unless you ask me real polite. When I saw him walking down the street, he looked so fine. I just had to meet. I asked his name. Does he wanna play? As we walk, all that I could say was,
We're out of the Scarlet Blue. We're out, we're out, we're out.
Excuse me. I'll take this one. I'm so sorry about that.
Why? It's hilarious. Hey. We also have that style with spaghetti straps.
So, why are you buying a dress?
Because you're taking me to your prom.
Well, shouldn't you be buying a tux? Just kidding. We can both wear dresses. Don't worry, I'll totally shave.
Okay.
I have a gut feeling something bad's gonna happen.
Bye, ya.
Later.
Bye, ya later. Maybe, maybe not.
Poot, we have a lot to review.
We do?
Might geek some out.
Later.
When is your prom? I need time, dates, transportation, and you better be getting me a corsage.
Are you kidding me? She's a bitch.
Dude.
What?
You heard me, Miss Bossy Booty. I don't like how you act.
Dude, I totally hate you right now. See, what Frank is really trying to say is, it would be my honor.
You think I'm a bitch?
No. Yeah, kinda, I do. But I don't have the problem with it that Frank does. I mean, he's gay.
Call me.
Stalk you. Dude, I don't even know you anymore. What's a corsage?
The universal sign for what's whipped?
Dude, what's so wrong about being whipped? When is that a bad thing? Ever?
Huh. Good point.
I'm going to prom. I'm going to prom. I'm going to prom. I'm going to prom. Can you believe it? Mommy, I'm going to prom.
No. Josie, we did not. Stop dancing. Stop it. We did not move here from Wichita so you could go to prom.
I just want to go to one prom. They don't give out tiaras at championships.
We moved here so you could go to the Olympics.
Mom, the Olympics are ages away. Prom is like any minute.
Phyllis.
You are a 24-hour gymnast. Not part-time, full-time.
Phyllis.
And we have an agreement that you agreed to honor. You are not going to the prom. End of discussion.
May I? Phyllis, now, Joanne is a lovely gymnast. I think we ought to get real about her chances of making the Olympic team.
The only reason we're here is because we agreed that she'd be going to the Olympics.
I know. I guess I lied. Look, everyone wants to hear that their kid is special, and they are. And maybe they're going to the Olympics.
Maybe.
Yes, maybe they will.
We don't pay for maybe. People told me I was nuts to bring Joanne here. And they were right. I'm just glad that I'm getting her out of here in one piece. A coach who's a has-been doesn't coach champions. He just makes more has-beens. Goodbye, Bert. You will miss me.
Championships are 3 weeks away. Where are we gonna go?
I'll coach you myself.
Thought you wanted her to win.
And what would you know about winning?
Joanne, you're more than welcome to stay.
Josie, let's go.
I think I'm gonna go to prom first. You okay?
Oh, it's just... I haven't had 4 girls qualify for championships in a long time.
Fine, long.
Actually, I haven't had 4 girls qualify. Ever.
Are you gonna cry?
No, I'm not gonna cry. It's just, it's a nice thing. It's beautiful. Jesus, hey?
What? You can cry. Doesn't make you any less of a man, Vicky. Come on, I won't tell the parents.
Welcome to the Neutrogena National Gymnastics Championships. Hello, everybody. I'm Tim Daggett, joined along with Elfie Schlegel. It is 2 days of gymnastics competition on tap. Today, the all-around finals. Day 2, the individual event finals. Think of the difference as a jack of all trades versus an individual event specialist.
Do her routine first and then warm up. They already stretched.
You need to warm up.
No,
You've been
I
stretching for a
disagree.
week.
She already did it.
Oh, crap. Oh, Victorman. Must be some crutches around somewhere.
Tonight, the all-around competition where the top 6 qualify for a berth on the world team. The longtime favorite, Tricia Skilken, is hoping to make her 5th and final world team before her retirement, while gymnastics wild child Haley Graham has come out of retirement to try to make it for the 2nd time. Will her pyrotechnics rise to the occasion, or will she simply flame out? You can forget Haley Graham's walk out of the World Championships 2 years ago. Haley was last to go on the floor exercise when she shocked fans and teammates by exiting the arena and walking into an automatic disqualification. That stroll knocked Team USA completely out of medal position. If ever there was a score to settle, it's between Tricia Skilken and Haley Graham.
Tricia. I didn't mean to wreck your worlds. Mine was disintegrating, and I wrote you a note apologizing. I don't know if you got it or not.
We have a tremendous amount of talented athletes out on the floor. One of them, Haley Graham, brings a lot of potential to this U.S. team. She could medal internationally on virtually all of the apparatus. Superpower, huge difficulty, but she is not known for her consistency. And Elfie, when you get right down to it, in gymnastics, consistency over flash is what rules today.
And Tim, we have to remember that for Haley, it's her record and her reputation that will really be the only thing stopping them from handing her that valuable one-way ticket to Rome and the World Championships later on this year.
It's the same old championships, but I am a totally different person. And even though I'm pretty sure that I'll be judged for who I was and not who I am, I know I have to face this. Four events and 4 judges per event. That's 16 judges ready to tell us just how badly we suck. 16 people ready to tell us just how perfect we're not. But here we are, chasing perfection. The problem is, perfection doesn't exist. But just try telling that to the judges.
Where did you find those deductions? On the floor, in the trash?
Can you move, please? Oh, you're very clever. No, we decided her start value is a 9.8, not a 10.
Do you know the strength required for that move? Do you realize what you're going to be doing to
I'm
this
quite
girl?
aware. Thank you very much.
Is this really about her routine?
Look, we don't want to encourage the girls to attempt such a dangerous skill and risk injury. Surely, you know, with your track record, you could understand that. I mean, probably, anyway.
Oh, I understand.
Could you move, please?
It doesn't matter how hard we run or how high we flip. Leave your hands on the vault table too long, deduction. If you use one arm instead of 2, big deduction. And if your feet clip the vault before they hit the floor, you're done. So you say you want lyrics in your floor music? Huge deduction. Music finishes, but you don't? 2/10 deduction. It doesn't matter how well you do. It's how well you follow their rules. And that just blows.
It's a little bit crazy, Elfie, that Nastia Liukin threw a quad twist on floor exercise and got a deduction on a silly technicality. I can't believe it. It's a commentary on judging and how it's got to change.
Haley Graham gave the performance of her life tonight. There's no way she should have ended up 7th in the standings.
She might have been shut out of the all-around, but the judges can't keep her out of the event finals tomorrow.
Well, Tricia, congratulations. How does this win compare to other competitions for you?
It felt so great. I just wanted to go in and hit 4 for 4 and qualify for Worlds one last time. And winning was just icing on the cake.
Now, what about Haley Graham out there? Given your history, how did it feel competing with her?
It was so great competing with Haley again. I wish her all the very best.
Okay, good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Your routines were amazing. You'll win Florida event finals for sure.
No, I didn't even qualify.
This is so lame.
Boo-hoo. Stop whining.
Diva. Devil.
Don't get me started. It's getting kind of crowded.
I think you are a very good coach.
Really?
I do.
A little action in the back section, huh? Not good. You know. Oh yikes! Those two. I worked with her last year. Nightmare. On Elm Street. Have you seen her face?
Hey, Scotch neat, please. Hey, Bert, how you doing? Good job today. That Haley is a handful, isn't she?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on, Bert. I built that kid. I mean, you can glom on for the ride, but everyone knows you built it. Make no mistake, buddy.
Yeah, that kid is here in spite of you, Chris.
You're kidding.
You know, if I didn't have 4 girls competing tomorrow, I'd kick your ass just for thinking you had anything to do with her.
Well, she might not have medaled, but at least she can still walk, right? Good job, Bert. Unbelievable.
Every girl here wants the same thing. To justify this crazy thing we do and stand on that podium and be the best. And we want it so bad, we will fight each other for it. But who are we really competing against? I mean, We all want to win, but should we be fighting each other? Or the officials? You know, maybe they judge us so harshly because of one thing. They really want to be like us. I mean, everyone knows. They're just jealous.
Phyllis?
Alice, how are you? Oh, did you have work done?
You look great. I'll see you later.
Thanks.
We'll talk later.
That's not an answer.
First up on vault is Mina Hoyt.
And Elfie, she is vaulting a handspring double front somersault, has a start value out of a 10.0. Very few gymnasts perform this vault because it is so incredibly difficult. I haven't seen one done since Prudnova of Russia dominated with it nearly a decade ago. Her body will flip over 3 times in the air and somehow find the floor.
And Tim, I just saw her do it moments ago in the warm-up. It is unbelievable.
Come on, Mina, let's go.
Incredible, the height, the distance, bam, the stuck landing. If they don't give her a 10 on this, there is no justice. Come on, judges, give her a 10.
How can they not?
What?
Elfie, whoa, I can't believe it. A 9.5, this is an outrage.
Tim, I'm shocked.
You're not supposed to be up here, Bert.
Where is this deduction coming from? Hmm?
Her bra strap was showing, Bert. It is an automatic deduction if an
come
undergarment is showing, Bert.
That rule... Doris, she's flipping through the air. She's spinning. Doris, of course her bra popped out. That rule is ancient.
Apparently, so is her bra. Don't make me red card you, Bert. I really don't want to red card you, okay?
Even I think that's low. And I should be happy. I mean, I want to win.
Your bra was sticking out. 1/10 off because her bra was sticking out.
I've never even heard of that.
They didn't deduct her because of her bra. They deducted her because I'm her coach. Come on, Haley, you're up.
This is where the sport loses fans. The system, the judging, it's too confusing. The crowd just saw a spectacular skill. They don't understand why a gymnast is not rewarded for it. That's wrong.
Come on, Haley, you got it.
An intentional scratch from Haley Graham in event finals. This has never happened before.
Wait a second. Next time you should stick out your tongue, too.
I would, but my coach likes it when I control my tricks. That was for you. Come on, Joanne. Let's get out there. Come on, Joanne, you got it!
Joanne!
We really need to
runway? There is something really weird going on here today, Elfie.
You can say that again, Tim.
There is something really weird going on here today, Elfie. Elfie, I have never seen this before. Back-to-back athletes scratching intentionally.
Let you have all the attention. We really need to see this through. We never wanted to be abused. We'll never get.
Because of the scratching, it looks like Mina Hoyt is going to be the new national vault champion.
This is unprecedented.
Oh my God, I'm the new vault champ. I know, and I loved not going. I mean, if we chose the winner on every event, we could actually control the results for a change.
Oh my God, you're right. Since when are you brilliant?
I don't know. Since now, okay, we are going to scratch and let Nastia. Yeah, she's best.
Judges are trying to figure out what is going to happen. I'm not so sure either, Elfie.
Come on, Nastia! She's going for it.
Well, Elfie, we've seen 5 athletes, and no one's done that right there, an element, so that means that she is going to be the uneven bar champion just by that skill alone. Will be the new uneven bar champion. Well, the athletes have spoken, and there will be no silver, no bronze medals on bars today.
Where's everybody?
After what happened to Nastia Liukin and Wei Wei Yang yesterday, and Mina Hoyt today, I think it's safe to say the athletes are sending the judges a message.
This is historic, Tim. I've never seen this kind of organized rebellion before.
Are you going to tell me who is going to compete and who isn't? You're not going to tell me, are you?
Oops.
Because there are alternates who would like to compete.
They can't do anything. He's just trying to save his butt.
Trisha's gonna compete. So selfish. Game.
I can scratch and we can still make our point.
No. We picked you. We want to see your routine. It's your call.
Okay. Cool.
Well, we have seen scratch after scratch, and the meet director, prior to this event, he decided to put in the alternate, Trisha Skilkin, because he thought for sure he'd get a routine out of her. We'll see. Here comes her big acrobatic moment right here, connected together, 2 aerial skills, very nicely done.
Is this how you feel when you watch my routine?
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
She's looking really secure in this routine, very exact in all her movements. Now, she does do a very interesting skill that's coming up here.
2 in a row. Very nicely done. Illusions, they're called.
What'd I miss? Just kidding.
Just the dismount left. Double twist. Excellent job.
Why don't you just make out? What do you think, Ha Weiwei? Beat that.
Oh, I'm so shaking things up.
That's right.
Come on, Weiwei, you got this. Let's go.
You got it. Come on.
Come on, Weiwei! Come on, Weiwei! Woo!
I think the judges are trying to figure out what is going to happen. I'm not so sure either, Elfie.
She's going for it.
Yeah, it looks like we got another routine here.
All right, Weiwei.
Well, it's very original, but I'm afraid the judges probably won't know what to do with that routine, Elfie.
With those scores, Trisha will get the gold and Weiwei will take home a silver.
So it is old school versus new school. Trisha Skilkin, a longtime judge's favorite, very consistent.
Looking good.
In contrast, Haley, raw power, huge start values, but she is not known for her consistency. And Elfie, when you get right down to it, in gymnastics, consistency over flash is what rules the day.
Go ahead, scratch. You're all zeros anyway.
Trisha, this is not about winning. I'm not here to screw you over.
Too late.
Fine. Then I'll scratch if you want the moment. But this is much bigger than you and me.
Well, Elfie, like we said, they were warming up their tumbling, but we've seen 4 athletes scratch, so who knows what Haley's going to decide to do on floor, if she's going to do the whole thing, if she's going to do nothing at all. I don't have a clue.
There are things you wish for before big moments. I wish my friends were here. God, I wish my parents were different. I wish there was someone who got what was happening and could just look at me and tell me we weren't crazy, that we weren't being stupid. Someone to say, I'm proud of you. And I got your back, no matter what.
Haley.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Listen, I just want you to know.
What?
That, I'm so,
Don't.
No. I'm so proud to be your coach. Now, don't you dare hold back and floor it. Let's go, Haley! Come on!
As we got our totally fake first place medals, I realized gymnastics wasn't there to judge me or diss me. Only I could do that. I couldn't look back and think it was about the judges or the parents or the coaches at all. It was about us and for us. And that felt totally first place real to me.
I'm glad it did. I think it's important that we control the results for once, you know, and give the judges, well, oh, excuse me. Hey, what's up? Yeah, just 1 second, she's right here.
Technically, I was the second to scratch, but I got the ball rolling.
Oh, I'm sorry, just 1 second, this is for you.
Hoot! I wanted a pink corsage, but white will work. You'll never guess what I did today. 1 second, guys. Just signed my program.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Haley, I need to talk to you. I got some really bad news to tell you.
What?
How much do you hate college gymnastics?
I decided not to hate things I've never tried. All these schools want me? Well, where should I go?
Well, you'll figure it out.
Maybe I should just tell them to stick it.
Oh, yeah, like you know how to stick it.
And my feet were glued.
Yeah, to a high-speed bus.
You're the one that told me to floor it.
Yeah, you floored it all right.
Let me switch up the game. On the floor, I fall back, step back, cause I might put it on, yeah. I go deep, so deep, then I sweep so sweet, cross the floor like a broom with my feet. You don't want me head to shoulder, hop on the beam, flip it over. What up, I'm toe up, show nothing, ain't scared to take it all, misdemeanor, take it all. Tipsy and I feel good, stop the track, put on your hoods. Into it, I do it, I done it. If you really, really want it, then play or stop frontin'. Hey boy, you know I'm your type. 5'2" with my jeans real tight. My curves, they swerve so superb. My word is my word, and I came to serve. Wait, what? It don't matter where you're from, it's where you're at. And if you can't freak a league, gon' tip your hats, baby. East Coast, West Coast, down south, represent your coast. Come on. Yeah, we run this, and yeah, we run this. Y'all don't want it, cause our coast run it. We run this now. Okay. We run this now. Wanna pull my head, break my back. For the right money, we gon' do it like that. Back to back, we can't even keep track. We gon' show you how to flip a few stacks. Look at this girl, does she look good? You can look, baby boy, but please don't touch. Look at how you making me blush. I'm enough to go around so people don't push. Wanna see my good, so hush. Party people up in the club. See my diamonds, they shine like glitters. So many carats, they look like critters. And we gon' party all night. Hit the flashlight, wave your hands like a kite. I like to keep the people hype. Somebody here, get your hand in my mic. We run this, It don't matter where you're from, it's where you're at. And if you can't freak a league, gon' tip your hat. Like East Coast, West Coast, down south, represent your coast. Yeah, we run this, and yeah, we run this. Y'all don't want it, cause my coast run it. Come on. Here's my ladies in the place, y'all. Now here's my fellas in the place, y'all. Oh, get your back up off the wall. Cause we finna blow the roof off. Now watch me Bogart, get on the ground, do a 1-2 star, do it with my squad.